What up guys, this is Monkey Figure Reviews and today I'm back with another Figures News Update video discussing a new One Piece Ichiban Kuji series. It is the Wano Kuni Full Force. So as you can see in front of you, there's a total of 6 figure prizes, starting with Yonko Kaido as the special prize, followed by A prize Luffy, B prize Zorro, C prize Sanji, D prize Trafalgar Law, and E prize featuring a guest. I will call him a guest, Sabo. So some pretty interesting things happening here because we don't expect them to make Kaido for Ichiban Kuji, especially with the trend they are going for nowadays, and of course also for E prize Sabo. Like, what the hell is he doing here? But we will get to that later. So this series is slated to be released in August. I think it's the 5th of August, but once again, bear in mind, due to the coronavirus, things can be delayed and probably will be delayed. Okay, so the first one is a special prize Kaido. It is 19 cm tall. So for those of you who are expecting a bigger scale, or rather a bigger figure, to sort of rival the POP maximum Kaido, you will be disappointed. This is kind of more in line with their small Ichiban Kuji figures and more along the S Cultures BWFC kind of style, where they shrink the characters into the size that fits. Now, of course, even 19 cm, I think he will be pretty small, because I think that 19 cm is to the top of his right hand, the one behind his back. So, and 19 cm is around your POP height, your average POP height. So, I think he will be smaller than you expect. Let's just take a look at this picture because it's bigger and clearer, give us a bigger view of the figure. So, first things first, I would say that just by looking at these images, I am very impressed by this figure. And by now, you should be able to tell this style that they're going for is hyper realism, like just extreme details, extreme definition, including shadowing, muscle sculpts, even the like, look at the horns, these random lines, the details on there. I really dig that because sometimes it works for some figures, sometimes it doesn't. But I think for Kaido, it works really well for him. And just looking at the creases on his pants and everything, his outfit, the tattoos, really amazing. Here we have another angle of him, so you can see how his cape is roughly like towards the back with the feathers. I assume they are feathers or fur. And this is like his waist sash thingy, just moving towards the right. The chains, and also the scar inflicted by Kozuki Oden. So that's another area that they will put details into to show the kind of like the texture of the scar. So just all in all, I think you can see for yourself the muscle definition is really well done, including like the vessels and everything around his arms, the little lines. Great work. This is the other angle, and here you get better look of his weapon, the mace. So it even looks better worn, and like kind of like a very realistic, inconsistent texture on it. Also a better view of his tattoo on his left arm. So details wise, gotta say, no complaints whatsoever if this turns out to be exactly in these images. Now, one thing that can possibly throw me off this figure is that it comes with a squarish, ugly supporting base that is glued onto. So, because just by looking at the figures next that we're going to talk about from A to E, because how dynamic they are, usually they come with the square bases and you have those supporting stands. So I really hope this is not the case for Kaido, but looks like it will be necessary because of the way, just looking at this image, the way his body is designed and sculpted. Looks like there will be some sort of weight control issue, unless they do manage to somehow put the center of gravity really stable and maybe just put a supporting stand on one of his legs. If not, I think it's very likely that we will get ugly base. But again, I really hope not. And if it's not there, then I will definitely get this because he looks really, really good. Okay, enough of Kaido. So let's go to Luffy. A price hit is 13 cm. And for me, I think first thing you can see is the pose. He's kind of like jumping up again in mid-air. So what this means is that he's gonna be supported by something somehow. Alright, one thing I don't really like about this figure is his body looks to be a little bit too elongated. Kind of make him look a little bit skinny. I mean, that's for me because it doesn't really fit into how the source material shows how Luffy looks like in Wano with his really, really buffed body. So for me, he just looks a little bit too skinny here. But other than that, I think details wise, they are all rather acceptable. The Nidai Kitetsu, his kimono. Obviously, this is not as realistic as Kaido in terms of style. Another thing is that for here, the scar on his chest is also back to a smaller design or something. But because Oda himself has been inconsistent with the scar, especially during the Wano arc, he draws them a lot bigger. But this is kind of closer to how it first appears post time skip. Another thing is his face is also not that convincing to me because he looks like he's constipating, and I don't like that. This is the other view, completely up in air. Yeah, I think his muscles kind of look better here, better from this angle. And I think there'll be seam lines around the, what do you call it, like the bicep areas. This is the back view, so you can see the details on the straw hat. Looks well done. And of course on his slippers. Now Zorro, 19 cm. I wonder what's the difference. It could be that 19 cm is all the way up to the sword here, because Luffy is 13 cm. And yeah, I think that's probably the main reason why it's 19 cm, because of the sword. It's kind of ridiculous sometimes too, how they just give the heights to the top point, the highest point of the figure. Now, Zorro actually looks really good. Using his 3 sword style. When is the last time we have a figure of him using 3 sword style? I don't really recall. And he looks really good. I think he's sort of on a ground level, but moving forward, I think details wise you can just see for yourself. The kimono and everything, the shading, the facial expression looks good. The swords looks good. The swords are okay. The swords are still before he pick up the new sword. Spoiler alert, I guess. And from here, okay, he's gonna need a supporting stand for the leg at least, definitely. And details wise, I think not a lot to mention. The pose is well done. I really like the 3 sword style, and it's not very often that they really show him using that anymore for some reason. You know, kind of wish that the Wano POP, at least they should just give him an alternative head that allows him to do that. I think that will be amazing, because they used to do that for the OPOPs, but they don't do that anymore. Okay, and this is C price. Now, actually, I think Sanji for me, out of the A to E price, I think he looks the best. He looks amazing. I mean, come on, look at those flames. Those flames look really well done, and I like the motion of it. Just by, you know, it shows that he just moved his right foot sort of in this direction, and it looks really, really good. And this is another figure that I'm eyeing because we don't really have a lot of Sanji Wano figures. Don't have a lot of Sangoro figures as of now. Any good ones? And other than the flames, his outfit looks great. The shading and also the flow. His face looks good. I really like the bright yellow color. I think that's what needs to be done on Sanji figures. The bright hair yellow color. And the outfit just fits him so well. Although I do think that this photo may have been edited to increase the saturation. another shot, another angle of the figure, so you can see the flames. Even the flames itself has different colors, so that's really neat. And towards the front, looks like towards the front and the back, there's gonna be a little bit of variation of the sculpt of the flames, so that's really neat. Okay, what's the height again? It's 19 cm. So okay, this is so weird again. It's 19 cm, and yeah, I'm not sure if you can trust the height or not. Alright, so next, Trafalgar Law, 20 cm. And Law, yeah, I think he looks pretty good. It looks pretty alright. Face wise, I will say it is actually okay. His outfit, to me, he is one of the best outfits in Wano. I just like the design on his cape. That's really, really neat. And he just suits the black color so well for some reason. And another angle of him, the flow of the kimono is really well done. You can also see the details on his hat. They kind of gave it a very rough texture, maybe to simulate, you know, kind of, I don't know, the inconsistencies of the material his hat is made up of. But yeah, I think overall the pose is really well done. But he's gonna be supported by the stand, so huge turn off for me, for sure. And last but not least, we have Sabo, also 20 cm. It's really weird, you know. I think the heights, you can't fully trust them because some of them is like they're bending down, and it's 19 cm, 20 cm. I have no idea how it is. But I gotta say here, before we move on, is, man, they really just had to squeeze in Sabo, huh? Because as of right now, I'm up to date with the manga. Sabo does not appear in Wano at all, but they just have to make a figure of Sabo. And which makes me think, why not just throw in Ace too, since they love this guy so much. It's incredible. So they went to the extent that they created a Wano design for Sabo, with a completely new outfit for him, different gloves, just so they could fit him in an Ichiban Kuji series, instead of putting maybe potentially other better figures like Eustace Kid, even X Drake, or some of the Mugiwaras, maybe even Usopp, or I don't know, Brook. It's just insane to me, man. I mean, he looks like an alright figure. He looks good, facial expression, the hair, top knots, and everything. But this is not canon, as far as I know. So this does not interest me at all. Outfit looks great. I actually love the kimono design, and the red color, the red pinkish kind of theme suits him too. This is the back view, so it's kind of running forward. Yeah, it's just, to me, it's once again, it's very perplexing. Why? I mean, I know why they do that, because they think they are very popular, and most likely they will attract more buyers for their figures. But oh man, like, really, another Sabo figure? Really? And he's not even canon. I'd rather they just gave us a Eustace Kid, because I think we need some badass figures of him too. Okay, so that's all I have for this series. That's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. I'm sorry if I complain a little bit too much about them, but just some things I don't really get, like especially for this Sabo. So just post anything in the comment section below. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and also hit the bell notification button so you don't miss out on new videos like this. I'll see you guys very soon. Goodbye.